Oh.
You have that good hat behind you. What's up there? Presents.
I like presents.
I love presents. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Sponsored by Good Good Golf.
Hell yeah, awesome. Alright, let's see if the camera stays recording.
No.
Wrong. Let's see.
You're wrong.
x/bookmarks.com.
Let's rip some new PG hats. Let's give JJ his jersey and his hat on the pod tonight.
Speaking of gifts, well, now we're,
What's my hat look like it's all sideways?
dude, I know this camera messes with me because we
What?
look that way and it turns.
This is all white. So they just put it up.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Guys, everything is fine. Fine. It's fine.
We're gonna be alright. Everything's okay.
Get some water. Pull up some hockey.
Can I get a 5 count?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning Podcast. I'm Andrew, here as always with Ben, not JJ this time, guys. Welcome to the first ever 2-Minute Warning 2-man podcast.
I thought you guys did it with JJ once.
We never did JJ. We always had Daryl on or somebody. We have never, ever done a 2-man podcast until right now. This time we can give JJ a break. He is very busy wedding planning. His wedding is next week. Him on the pod over the next, I would say, month-ish. Might be pretty rare. We'll get him on here. We'll see if we can sneak a wedding week pod out of him, but I kind of doubt it. That would be wild. At least get him to pop in, mention, see how he's feeling. We could even just do like a wedding feeling pod instead of a sports pod. See how he's feeling.
How about Saturday morning when we're having breakfast?
Ooh, we should do a Friday night with all the boys. So we're hanging out.
Awesome.
Friday evening we're probably gonna go over to JJ's house and I'll sleep there. We should just hit record.
That'd be so funny.
10 minutes, little 10 minute fun pod. Like I said, it could be interesting getting JJ back. But also, I'm wearing a hat for the first time ever on the pod. So if you actually have video, you can see that. Some new stuff going on here. For the new podcast, or for not a podcast, we did it for a while. But Ben, what have you been up to? How you been lately?
Dude, I've been so good. I was sick last time we recorded. Obviously,
how you feel now?
Much better.
Good.
I finally went to the doctor because
that bad.
JJ. Well, it wasn't that bad, but JJ and my dad and some of my coworkers have been sick for a month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to be sick for a month, so I went
call.
to the doctor with just a couple days in, and I feel great. So that's what, guys. Don't be afraid to go to the doctor.
Doctors can be good. Doctors can be good. What's been going on in your life?
But no, I've just been grinding at work. Work's been kind of picking up here, so I'm happy for that. Staying busy, very busy. I'm trying to get back into playing basketball. I've been hurt for a while. My ankle's been hurting, so I've been playing basketball more.
Are you playing in the league this? I assume when JJ's playing on again.
Of course.
This summer.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll see.
And you are too, right?
I don't know. He said he might do just Saturdays, so that's a little more appealing than 2 days a week. I know you like basketball.
Guys,
you love
400
basketball.
comments on the video, and Andrew will play. Wait, no, that's way too many.
No, that's perfect.
Guys, one comment on our YouTube.
No.
And he'll play.
Get us to 100 likes and I'll play in the league.
That's crazy. We don't even get 10 views.
I know. That's why I said it, because I don't know. I still might. We'll see where it goes.
We'll see.
But yeah, for me, just also grinding at work. Daryl, new thing. Daryl, the guy I've been on the podcast before, just started at my work. So now we're
no way.
co-workers now. We work together.
I thought you guys kind of just follow each other around.
Yeah, kind of just follow. He follows me around, but yeah, it's good. Kind of teaching him how to do our work because he's just started. That's
awesome.
Fun. Had a big softball tournament this last weekend. 2-day softball tournament. Shout out Widow Support Network. There was 28 teams. Some conference guys, conference players.
That's awesome.
We did okay on the weekend. We went 2-4. We played all the top teams for some reason in pool play and stuff. We had a good tournament. I'd say we finished about 7th, which was not 7th. Maybe. I'll say top 10, which is really good.
It's good.
For a 30-team tournament.
Yeah.
It was really. It's a really fun tournament. It's, always one of the biggest of the year. Sorry, there was 30 teams with 2 divisions. So I said we'd finish about half at our division.
Okay.
We were in the top division.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a really fun tournament. Really, really good time. Trying to play more softball. Get into that athletic shape, as I'm obviously not.
Yeah.
So
Well.
get out there. Ben's like, yes, I
Wait a
agree.
minute.
You should definitely do that.
No.
All right. Getting right into our top 3, starting We'll kind of combine one here a little bit. We'll start off a little bit of hockey, a little bit of NHL. Kind of where it's going, it is starting to wind down. The story of the NHL season has been pretty much the same most of the year. Avs have been by far the best team this entire year, and now the Lightning, like we said last time, are kind of coming back, kind of finding their way, and the standings in the NHL are currently, see who's the best team in. Sorry, my thing.
I think it's still the Avalanche.
I think it's still the Avalanche with the Lightning in second. Like the standings honestly haven't changed that much. One interesting thing that is fun: the Mammoth, the new name team in the NHL, is currently in a wild card spot. So to see the Utah Mammoth in a wild card spot after being the Utah Hockey Club for a while is really interesting. So yes, the Colorado Avalanche are once again, still your best team in hockey. They have 91 points. The second best is now the Dallas Stars with 85 points. The Dallas Stars have won 10 games in a row. The Stars, the last couple weeks have been really good. They not struggled, but they were kind of mediocre through this year. But now winning 10 in a row at this point in the year is huge for them. Just to see the Stars pouring it on right now is really interesting, really cool to see. You got anything to say about hockey right now, Ben?
No, I saw a stat about the Avalanche where they were like first in every single metric except for power play, and the power play is dead last. Yeah. How does that even happen? I mean, they're such a good team. They have so many good players.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it is weird because you would think their power play with even just McKinnon and Makar. I know they have plenty of other guys, but you think those two guys on a power play would be really good. It's one of those anomaly things that it's weird to see that. Yeah, a team that good is struggling on the power play, but it happens. It could also be like, they don't get on the power play that much. They're insane. They're crazy good, disciplined. I don't know. It's just a weird little thing.
Yeah, it's just weird that they're like dead last. Yeah. They're not just like 25th or something, but
exactly.
It is what it is. I was just looking at the standings. Western Central Division is stacked. Avalanche, Stars, Wild are all in the top 5, top 10 maybe. And then looking at the Metro, they're so bad. Yeah, they got the Hurricanes, which are good, but besides that, not doing much else. I'm always down for some hockey, so this is good.
Yeah, just looking at it, I think there's right around 20 games left to go. With that left, right now the playoff picture looks like in the Eastern Conference, in your Atlantic Division, you have the Lightning, the Buffalo Sabres, which is really cool. 78 points are second. So most likely Buffalo Sabres going through the playoffs, which is really cool to see. They're sitting at 78 points. And then in third is the Detroit Red Wings at 76. And the Metropolitan, like Ben said, not quite as good. You do have the Hurricanes at 82 points. Hurricanes are that team, like we said before, every year. Like they're one of the best teams throughout the year. And it seems like when they get to the playoffs, they fold a little bit. But we'll see what they can do, see if they can make a deep run this year. And then way back at 75 points, second place is the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins having a good year, but Crosby is out for a while after the Olympics. I believe he's going to miss 4 weeks. I think it was a month. So we're a week or two through that. They are definitely ready to get their captain back. There's also 2 other teams tied at 75 points with the New York Islanders and Montreal Canadiens. Islanders right now sitting in that third spot. Canadians are sitting in your first wild card with 75 points. And sitting in your second wild card in the East is the Boston Bruins. They're at 73 points. Teams still kind of in the hunt. You got the Blue Jackets at 70 points. Capitals at 69. Senators, Flyers at 67. And the Toronto Maple Leafs at 64. They are 3-6-1 in their last 10. They are struggling since the Olympics. They had a couple horrible games after that. On the other side, the Florida Panthers got hot out of the Olympic break. They looked like they were going to come back, maybe make a playoff spot, but they had dropped their last 3. So maybe it's that point in the season where every single game is super important, and the door is randomly opening for no reason. Hello?
That was scary.
That was kind of scary.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. It's going to open again, Ben. I'll get it. Ben, keep talking.
It's crazy seeing the Panthers in this position. Obviously, they made a playoff run the past couple of years.
Two back-to-back.
Right, we expected them to do good. Oh, jeez, everything's going bad.
Falling apart.
We expected them to do good, more or better than what they're currently doing. They have 63 points. They are 30, 28, and 3. Yeah, it's just unfortunate to see them in this position because we'd love to see them in the playoffs, but here they are in the 14th in the East. So
yeah, very weird to see them. that far back. And I think after the Olympics, you kind of expect them to turn on because they have been playing a lot better. But losing their last 3 is big. And I remember what I was kind of going on was it's that point of the year where every single game is super important. So like a 3-game losing streak, you feel like you're out of it. You feel like you're done in this position. Just losing 3 games in a row, the Panthers are probably out. Yeah. And then in the Western Division, like we said, Colorado Avalanche lead with 91 points. Dallas Stars with that 10-game winning streak, only 6 points back at 85. The Minnesota Wild having a very good year at 82 points. In the Pacific, we got the Vegas Golden Knights at 70 points. The Anaheim Ducks are sitting in second place in the Pacific with 69 points. What a year for the Ducks. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're actually 7-0 in shootouts this year, which is insane. It gives them an extra point every single time. So that's 7 extra just in the shootout. Just a fun, interesting stat I saw here. And then in third is the Edmonton Oilers, back-to-back. Losing in the Stanley Cup. Looks like they'll make the playoffs. We'll see how it goes. And like I said, the Utah Mammoth are your first wild card team at 68 points. The Seattle Kraken are at 67 points. You remember last year they had a rough year after a pretty deep run in the playoffs year before. And just outside of the wild card spot, 3 points back, the San Jose Sharks with 64 points. Again, if you remember last year, they were the worst team in hockey last year. But getting Celebrini, the young star, in his second year, he has pretty much carried them. It's kind of, I feel like it's starting to show about a one-man show. It's hard to last throughout a season. They are fading a little bit. They were in that wild card spot for a long time, but they're back. They have won 3 in a row, but the Kraken rather have won the last 2, so they'll have to battle back. Still a chance. I would love to see the Sharks in the playoff. It's that franchise that has been one of the worst teams in hockey for the past 5 years, and see if they could make a little run and at least get them a playoff series would be really, really fun.
It's like the Bears.
Yeah, like the Bears. Yeah, it'd be really cool. And then in fourth with 62 points is the Kings, also 62 points is the Predators. And then all the way down with 58 is the Winnipeg Jets. So definitely a little bit tight. Not as many teams really fighting for a playoff spot in the Western Conference. It's more, I don't know if I want to say settled, but it feels a little more spread out than the East. One thing I want to talk to just real quick is the Flyers. Flyers need to win pretty much all their games. They're at 67 points. They have won their last 3 since the All-Star break. They lost their first one to the Capitals, which hurt because they were in the Metro with the Capitals. That one hurt, but then they proceeded to win their last 3, beating the Rangers, Maple Leafs, and Bruins. So a couple pretty solid teams. The Rangers aren't very good this year, but the Maple Leafs beating them in a shootout, I believe, and then the Bruins in regulation. That's a team I follow. I try to watch a lot of their games. See if they can make a playoff push on the stretch. I tell my brother. My brother's a huge hockey fan. And I just keep telling you, I just want to see the Flyers in the playoffs. I don't remember. It's been a long time since we had Philadelphia Flyers, even just a playoff series to watch. I think it was 2020. I think we missed the last 5. And before that, I saw a stat. So we missed the last 5 playoffs. Before that, the last 25 years, we had only missed 5.
Oh, wow.
We had made 20 of the last 25 before that. A weird spot for the Flyers. They've been bad for a little bit. But I'd love to see them make a little bit of a push here and make the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be really fun. Another thing I just want to touch on, just at least a little bit, is the NFL Combine. The NFL Combine was this last week, and boy, we had a really good one. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get much eyes on it because of the tournament. But we had some of the fastest 40 times we have ever seen. So the average 40 time that set a record for all positions except quarterback. Every single position, their average 40 time was the fastest ever, except quarterback. And I believe that was second. So some absolutely insane 40 times. A guy that kind of skyrocketed his draft potential was Sonny Styles from Ohio State. He ran a 4.46 40 time. He is 235 pounds.
Yeah.
And ran a 4.46. He was a linebacker. For Ohio State, but see a guy that big running that fast is absolutely, and that was just happened over and over again in the combine this year.
Yeah, not to mention his 43.5-inch vertical,
yep.
And then his brother also ran, if I'm reading this correctly, a 4.27. Is that true?
Where are you looking at?
In the first paragraph there, that's insane. Yeah. So those boys are built different. I believe their dad. Who did their dad play for? I forget. I don't know. Their dad's played, obviously, but those boys are built different. They'll definitely be an impact, especially Sonny, obviously. who played very well at Ohio State. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I got to watch some of the combine. I watched some of my guys from Florida play. And then the tight end from Vanderbilt, dude, that guy is insane.
Yeah. Yep.
Obviously, we saw him play a little bit, but never, you never really notice it. But then, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like Eli Stowers was a guy that this past year kind of forgot about him. 2 years ago, he had a really good year, and then you're on Van, like everybody was good, so kind of got overlooked. But he set a record for a vertical jump by his head and by jumping 45.5 inches.
That's insane.
Which is insane for a tight end. He also ran the 40 at 4.62. But yeah, Eli Stowers, another guy that absolutely skyrocketed his draft. Being at Vanderbilt, I feel like he got definitely overlooked. Now everybody kind of remembers who he was, and it's insane. But probably the best tight end going into the combine, and the consensus, best tight end coming out of the combine is Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end from Oregon. He ran a 4.3940 as a 241-pound tight end. Absolutely, that's wide receiver speed.
Oh yeah,
for a 240-pound tight end, this guy blocks well. He is an insanely good tight end. I feel like these last couple of years we've been treated to very, very good tight ends. At least one each time. We had Warren last year. I feel like we had another one the year before. But to see him do that is absolutely insane. We had Brock Bowers. Yeah, that's right. The tight ends coming out of college in the last couple of years, I feel like have been amazing.
Yeah. That's insane.
Another guy that was projected high going into it and absolutely had an amazing one. Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. He was a bigger running back. I feel like everybody knew he had speed, but I didn't know he was this exceptional. He ran a 4.3840, sub 4.4 for him, which is insane because he has everything. Because he's big, his vision is incredible, and to see him run this fast is like. This guy is going on day one. He's going to go in the first round. Somebody's going to get an incredible running back out of Jeremiah Love.
And such quick feet in the drills that they did. He was really impressive to watch. And there's some of those running backs you watch in the combine. It's satisfying to watch guys that are this gifted at what they do. So
just a lot of really, really fun things in the combine. Again, I didn't get a ton of eyes on it, but it's always interesting to go back, watch the highlights from it. Fernando Mendoza did not participate in anything, so didn't get to see much from him.
Which is fine.
I feel like there's some combines where there's maybe one or two players that really, really stand out, and you hear a lot of them. This felt more like an overall combine was just really good for a lot of players.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't, some guys stood out a little bit more than others, but it felt like overall there's a lot of players in here that went up, like their stock went way up.
Especially,
It was just a good combine overall.
Yeah, my boy from Florida, Caleb Banks, was projected late second round.
Yeah.
And now he's projected 20th pick. So love that for him.
Another guy I had another Caleb Downs, Ohio State had a very good one. He's probably going to be your first defensive player off the board. Either him or B. Was it Ruben Bain? Bain had a bad one? Not a bad one, but I think his arms measured short.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Which if you remember last year, Will Campbell was the same way. He was one of the best offensive linemen come out of college, and then they found out he had short arms, and everybody got kind of scared. And then now this past year, it kind of hurt him a lot because you could see there were times that he definitely got beat because of that. I feel like on the defensive side, it's not quite as important because you use your arms, but use them in different ways as offensive linemen. That's how you block as offensive lineman. I would not be worried about Bain whatsoever.
No, I wouldn't be worried. I did see that his teammate, I forget his name, is supposed to go ahead of him now. Mesidor, yeah, which, who cares, but both of those guys are equally talented. They're going to be impactful no matter what.
They're going to be good for sure, both of them. Both of them are going to go. You have some NFL news here. You want to touch on any of that?
Yeah, just a couple of recent notes. March 2nd, some things started to shake up. People getting signed, getting released. The most notable first one that I noticed was the Lions traded David Montgomery to the Texans. This was kind of shocking to me. I didn't know that they were looking to get him out.
Yeah, 2 Texans. I think you said
no,
backwards,
sorry.
but
so
Lions
trade away David Montgomery. Obviously, they had that huge dual threat of the running backs, but then later in the year, they kind of shifted to mostly Gibbs. So that was interesting. But they traded him for a couple picks, and what was his name? Who was the guy that they traded for? I forget.
I forget.
Oh, well, you get what I mean. So that was interesting to see. And then next couple things here. Colts are looking to put a franchise tag on Daniel Jones, even though he has that big injury that just happened. But that's good to see. And then the Cardinals released Kyler Murray, which is crazy. And, you could have said you might have seen it coming with all the injury stuff that was going on later in the year. A lot of drama that was unnecessary. But at this point, I guess they'll probably go for someone in the draft or they'll pick up someone in free agency. But that's just a crazy thing to see. Kyler Murray had so much love for Arizona, so...
I feel like it's a little sad to see because, Kyler did enjoy playing it. I felt like he was a good quarterback for that system. I felt like he was a good quarterback for the Cardinals. I never thought they really gave him much. They even gave him Marv, but Marv, he's an okay receiver. It seemed to do too much. Yeah, he's good, but I don't love that move from the Cardinals just releasing him. I think he's done good things for that franchise, but I guess for set time in Arizona, I guess.
And he does have a huge price tag, so I could see that too.
Yeah, I'd love to see where he goes. I'd love to see him still playing because I still think he's definitely an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
The size does hurt.
Yeah, I could see him going to somewhere that needs a quarterback quick. And then Trey Hendrickson is finally free. That's what I put down. The Bengals finally acknowledged that they're not going to put a franchise tag on him, and they'll let him walk. So Hendrickson will be a big target
for sure.
This offseason.
I would love to see another guy. I'd love to see where he goes.
Yeah.
I think every single team would love Trey Hendrickson on their defensive line.
Yeah.
He is one of the best defensive linemen in football. So
I could see a lot of teams going for him.
For sure.
I could see a lot of teams that have Super Bowl caliber offenses going for him, like the Buccaneers. Please. And the next note I have here: Giants released their best defensive player in Bobby. Say that last name for me.
Orike.
Orike.
I think it's Orike.
Bobby Orkike, something like that. He had the most tackles for him last year. Super impactful captain. So that was interesting to see they let him walk. Probably just clearing up some cap space for the draft. Either way, big move for them. Another big defensive target. Then Chiefs traded their star cornerback Trent McDuffie. I think
it's just McDuffie.
Oh, I did. I put an L. Yeah, McDuffie. I put they're in tank mode.
I see that.
And I agree with that. I think in my personal opinion, they're getting rid of some of their better players, clear up cap space, bring in some rookies, see what they can do. Mm-hmm. Just let this next season ride out.
Yeah.
Let me get a high draft pick next year.
It feels like that Tom Brady's couple seasons where he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It feels like that's kind of starting for the Chiefs. Like Tom Brady when he started won, what was it, 2 or 3 right away.
Yeah.
And then he had about 4 or 5 seasons without one. It feels like the Chiefs are entering that era for Patrick Mahomes. Now, can he get back there eventually? We don't know. But with what the season they had, it feels like they're settling a little bit. Like Kelsey's getting older. Yep. They don't have that Tyreek Hill on the outside anymore. Their defense isn't nearly as good as it was at one point. It feels like they're kind of entering that era. It'd be really interesting to see what they're like in the next couple of years.
Rebuild and reload. I think
that's kind of what they did. It took them a couple of years. They rebuilt, reloaded, and they won.
I can see that. Yeah. And another big one here, obviously, with Daniel Jones out, it was a little concerning. And then the Colts will lose top receiver Alec Pierce to free agency. He will not re-sign with the Colts. Another bad loss for them. Obviously, they weren't too deep in the receiver room to start with. And now losing their top one, that's definitely concerning. They'll probably be looking to the draft, but at the same time, they don't have super high draft picks. So that's sad to see. But on the same time, hey, another receiver is in free agency. The Patriots released Stephon Diggs, which I think a lot of us saw this coming, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not a lot was going on there.
Yeah, another interesting guy to see where he goes, because I think he still is a very good wide receiver. I think he's good. He was not a good fit for that.
Yeah.
For that Patriots system, he just didn't work. If there's a receiver that could definitely rejuvenate his career somewhere else, but
go under a good quarterback somewhere. Maybe he heads to Buffalo. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, Buffalo is looking for a good receiver, so that would be interesting.
You never know.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Anything else you want to touch about on football before we move on here, Ben?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the news I have so far.
All right. Moving on to our number 2 thing, it is basketball. Ben, you might have to carry this for a while.
I can do that.
Not been locked into basketball. I'm sorry.
Guys, here's the issue. Andrew doesn't watch basketball as much as he should, so he thinks that this is the number 2 thing in sports right now. It's probably the number 1.
Okay, let me say this way. I thought about it. I wrestled back and forth. I said yes, basketball, college basketball, probably should be number 1. But what you see our number 1 thing is, I think with where it's at right now, with what's coming up until the next time we pod.
Okay.
Until the next time we pod, I think this might be a little bigger. Plus, basketball's about to take over. is about to be a number one thing for the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Next month.
I can work with that.
That's why I'm like, we'll put this other thing there. Basketball's going to be the next.
That's fine. I can agree with that.
That was my theory.
And this is also before the big conference tournaments have started.
Yes,
okay,
correct.
That's fair.
Correct.
But still, basketball is huge. Basketball is bigger than ever. Obviously, it always is. We'll start in the NBA, as that's not quite as important right now. A lot of good games going on in the NBA, and we're seeing teams slide. We're seeing teams slide fast. The bottom of the NBA is getting worse and worse. Obviously, they're in tank mode. The bottom 7 teams in the NBA have lost 40 games straight combined. They don't want to win at all. And one of the big things is the Bucks are 11th in the East right now, so they're right out of that play-in spot. But Giannis is healthy, and Giannis is back. He played a game the other day. He only had like 16 points, probably unlimited minutes, but still. I'm curious to see if the Bucks are going to try to make a playoff push or keep it more back and try to get a high draft pick. I don't know. I don't even know if they own their draft pick. Anyway, so looking at the bottom of the barrel for the East, Bulls, Wizards, Nets, Pacers, good luck. See you next year. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, we don't care at all. Same thing for the West, Mavericks, Pelicans, Jazz, Kings. It's sad because the Mavericks and Pelicans have a good young core. They just don't have anything yet. So good luck. See you next year. Grizzlies are poverty. Their star is injured. Ja probably won't be playing for them ever again. So that's sad to see.
Yeah.
And then, looking at the top teams in the East, in the play-in window, it's the Miami Heat, the Charlotte Hornets, and Atlanta Hawks. Those are 3 very intriguing teams to me. The Heat and the Hornets are very hot. They've won 7 of their last 10 games each. They're on the rise. In my opinion, they're on the rise. Keep an eye out for them. Mm-hmm. And then the Hawks, obviously the Hawks traded away Trae Young. They got Jonathan Kuminga. He's been doing really well. I'm really curious to see what they do. They're currently sitting at even 31-31. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. We'll see. And then looking at 7 and up, Magic, Sixers, Raptors, Cavs, Knicks, Celtics, Pistons. Biggest story has been and will be the Pistons. Still on a tear. They're going to be very good until the end of the year. Then the Celtics, obviously, like we said, Jason Tatum is going to be back soon.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Insane.
And he just came out recently and said he doesn't want to come back as a role player. But in this situation, I feel like that's the best thing he could do because they've already found a system that works. And in basketball, if you have a system that works, play it out until the end of the year. Don't change it when you're already second in the Eastern Conference.
It's insane. They're second. That's crazy.
It's insane. So I'm really curious to see what they'll do. Maybe they're going to save him for the playoffs. I don't know. But I think they should implement him soon so they can kind of adapt to the new lineup. Yeah. But it's been good to see the guys step up for the Celtics. Knicks and Cavs kind of hanging in there. Obviously, James Harden came in. Those teams have both won 7 of their last 10 as well, so they're staying hot. I'm really curious to see how James continues to adapt to that team. Raptors and Sixers have started to slide. Raptors is an interesting team. They've been kind of under the radar the whole year. They're being led by players like Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram and Emmanuel Quickley. So some of those, they don't have a star. Mm-hmm. So I'll be interested to see if they can stick to it come to the end of the year. Sixers, I'm not trusting the process. It's been a long process. That's pretty much the East. Moving to the West, the Thunder are still really good. They've pulled away a little bit, but then the Spurs are still right behind them, 3 games back. They've won of 9 of their last 10 games. Victor Wembanyama is a MVP level player right now. He's just missing a lot of games, so that's kind of nerve-wracking. There you go. Rockets have been doing well since the All-Star break. Kevin Durant is getting back into it. Obviously, there was a whole drama with Kevin Durant's burner account on Twitter. I'm sure you saw that. It seems to be all right. He's averaging 26 points. Alperen Sengun is 20. Amen Thompson, 17. And Jabari Smith, 15. They get buckets. I'm not worried about them at all. I think they'll be very good. But they're still missing their point guard. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Timberwolves, hot. Anthony Edwards is an MVP level player. Naz Reid, Julius Randle, very good players. They just recently beat the Nuggets, the best offense in the league. They beat the Nuggets by 10. So they're exciting to watch. Sorry. The Nuggets, like I just said, very, very good offense. The number 1 offense in the league, but they've only won 5 of their last 10. Their defense is not good. They're missing Aaron Gordon so bad. Aaron Gordon is their second man. He's their defense. He's a glue guy. They need him on defense especially. He's such an important piece. Their defense is not good right now, so it's unfortunate to see that. But they're sitting at 5th in the West still, so they'll be all right. Lakers are still trying to figure it out. LeBron James is not the guy anymore, obviously. It's Luka and Reeves' team. Yeah, it's tough. Luka Doncic is still averaging 32 points a game, which is insane, leading the league in scoring. Austin Reeves is averaging 23, but like LeBron is still averaging 21. He just misses a lot, and he's a defensive liability. So we'll see how they adapt. I wouldn't trust him come postseason. That's all I'll say. And then interesting, the Suns and Warriors and Clippers and Blazers are bottoming out the playoff teams. And if we're being honest, they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. The Warriors have been without Steph Curry for quite a while now, so that's kind of it's kind of hard to look at them. But the other teams, the Suns, Clippers, and Blazers, Kawhi Leonard has been off the charts, one of the best players in the league, and no one can say otherwise. He has been MVP level playing. But besides that, not a lot going on. So if you're looking at teams that are going to make runs in the playoffs, I would look no further than the top 4 in each conference, and I think that's probably it. Yeah. Nuggets defense is a liability, so I'm going to rule them out a little bit. I'm looking at Thunder, Spurs, Rockets, Timberwolves. Love those teams. And Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs. Love those teams. And I think those 8 are the most important teams to watch. So that's all I'll say there.
It definitely feels like out of those 8 teams, one of those is going to win the NBA Finals.
I would say it's heavily favored.
Is there anyone outside of those 8 that you could see, like you don't think so, but you could see kind of making a run?
I don't know. Like if the Raptors can step up as a team and play together as a team, it'd be interesting. They just don't have that guy.
Yeah.
The 76ers are an interesting one because Joel Embiid is still very good, and they have a good young core in Maxey and Edgecombe, but if they can stay healthy, sure. But I don't know. Because it's Maxey's team now. Yeah. It's Maxey's team. He's scoring a lot of points. I'd be very interested in them. They could, but it'd be an outside chance. And then for the West, it'd be the Nuggets, but that's it.
Yeah.
I couldn't see Lakers, Suns, Warriors, Clippers. I couldn't see them doing anything. So, real quick, if you are interested in the Rookie of the Year ladder, this is interesting. Because I think you would guess who the number 1 is.
Yeah.
As far as Rookie of the Year. Who would you think it is? The guy from Mavericks. First number 1 overall pick. You would think Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not, and that's shocking to me. It's Con Knuppel.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's been doing so good for the Hornets. He has the most rookie threes ever, and it's only a couple games into the season. You know what I mean? And that's an interesting look. I think I would be very partial to giving him the award just because of what Cooper Flagg is doing on the Mavericks. Mm-hmm. He's kind of leading the team, so I would give it to Cooper Flagg still. But it's interesting seeing Con on there, and then number 3, VJ Edgecombe. Dylan Harper, so good for the Spurs. On any team, he'd be the number 2 option. The Spurs are just very loaded as far as guards. I love seeing Derek Queen on this list for the Pelicans. Love watching him play. Derek Queen has who is his comp? I would say his comp is like a Zach Randolph kind of deal. Like I don't know if you know that old power forward type. Love watching him play. Maxime Reynaud, Cedric Coward, Ace Bailey, Jeremiah Fears, Igor Demon. Just some of those guys, but a loaded rookie class.
Yeah.
Loaded.
Yeah.
And this upcoming class is even better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it'll be very exciting to watch there. The young stars are shining bright. All right, that was the NBA. You ready for college?
Yeah, I'm ready for college.
Obviously,
tell me what's happening.
College basketball is winding down again. Still, it is. For the smaller conferences, the non-Power 5 conferences, they've started the conference tournaments. So these are the end-of-year tournaments where they name the conference champion. And then for most of these conferences, the champion gets an auto bid to the NCAA tournament. Excuse me. So this is like a huge thing. You know, like some of these teams can lose in the conference tournaments and they'll be fine. Like, you know, think of Florida. They don't have to do anything. But some of these teams need to win. That's why it's so good. I'm not going to even touch any of the smaller conferences because there's so many and so many teams to talk about. I could talk for hours, so I won't. But some of those teams to look at is obviously like Gonzaga and St. Mary's because potentially that's a huge seeding change if one of those teams wins or loses. So that's a really interesting one. Another one is, so a situation right now is, one of the hot topics is Florida is so close to getting a 1 seed. Like, the difference between UConn and Florida is literally just a head-to-head win for UConn, and you could say that Florida should have won that game anyway. Because you look at the top 10 or top 25, Duke, Arizona, Michigan. Those are unanimous 1 seeds. They're not going to move unless they lose to the worst team in the league. But then it's UConn and the Gators. And those two teams are so similar, like I said, besides the head-to-head. So if UConn were to get knocked in the first round of the conference playoffs, or conference tournament, and Florida were to go to like the championship, Florida would very well probably jump them and get a number 1 seed, which would be huge. Huge. So that's a huge thing on the line if the Huskies can hold on. I think they can. They're still 27-3, but I don't know. St. John's is a tough team, and that'd probably be their best conference opponent, but they beat them by 32. So I don't know. We'll see. I think Creighton might be a better bet because Creighton likes to beat UConn.
Yeah.
But yeah, just looking down real quick. Like I said, Duke, Arizona, Wolverines, solid. They're not going anywhere. They're one of the best teams in the nation unanimously. And then looking down after Florida, Iowa State, Houston, Michigan State. Those guys have been so strong recently, but it's really interesting to see in the Big 12, these teams just keep beating up on each other and beating up on each other and beating up on each other. So like Tuesday, Arizona State beat Kansas. What? Who? Okay. Arizona State loves to beat Kansas. BYU has dropped out of the top 25. That's how insane this conference is. BYU has so much talent, but they lost to Cincinnati by 20 points. Texas Tech lost to TCU. Arizona beat Iowa State by 20. Texas Tech then turned around and beat Iowa State. There's just chaos. It's chaos all around. Chaos all around. These teams keep playing each other and knocking each other out, but then they'll beat another top 5 team in the conference. Yeah. Like it is chaos.
It fluctuates so much in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Seems like it's that way every year, even in football too. Like the Big 12 is just chaos, and
it's insane.
It's so fun.
Yeah, but yeah, BYU has lost 7 of their last 10. They're sliding fast. In the beginning of the year, they were looking really good. And then just a quick look. Let's see. Not much else is of note. Nebraska is hanging in there. Texas Tech is hanging in there, which is awesome to see. Obviously, they lost Toppin, but he's hanging in there. Cavs got a big win. Kansas is sliding. Purdue, that's right. I'm not a fan of Purdue. I'm not. Mm-hmm. I don't like Purdue at all. Mm-hmm. And ever since they had, I don't even remember his name, but like last year with Zach Edey, this year with what's his name? Braden. Oh, what is his name? Pause. Braden Smith. I don't like Braden Smith at all. I think he's white trash. Excuse my language. So they started out the year hot, as they do, and then they have lost 3 games in a row. UCLA, Illinois, Indiana. Tough losses. Those are not very good teams, in my opinion, besides Illinois. Then they lost to Michigan, which is all right. That happens. Then they lost to Michigan State. Then they lost to Ohio State. They're losing games. This is what happens. If you want to be a championship level team in March, you can't lose these games late season, especially to Ohio State. Ohio State is good.
Yep.
They're just not as good as Purdue, but they beat them.
Yep.
Ohio State, I love their guard play. They have a couple good guards. What are the names? Mobley Jr. and Thornton. Those guys are so much fun to watch. They put up 20 apiece against Purdue, and they lost. Purdue lost. Braden Smith had 20 points, but he had 7 assists. He's an assist machine. So that was awesome to see. I love watching Purdue lose. So they're down to 7 losses. They moved down to number 15 in the AP poll. So I'll be interested to see if they can pull it together in March. Because like I said, championship level teams don't lose in February.
Yeah.
Some more teams. Alabama, they lost last night. They are officially eliminated from contention for the SEC regular season title. UNC has been doing all right. They had a pretty bad loss to NC State, obviously, but they beat Clemson in a thriller last night. Like I said, St. John's is all right. And number 19, Miami of Ohio. Shout out Miami. 30-0. Do you know how hard that is?
It's insanely hard.
That's insane.
Is there a chance? I saw some of there's a chance they missed the tournament.
So, yes, there is a chance. unless they lose to the worst team, they'll make it in the conference tournament. I mean, but I don't see how you can win 30 games and miss a tournament.
Yeah.
Their only excuse is that Auburn has better wins. Of course they do. Is Auburn? Auburn almost has a losing record, and then what put them in? So it really depends on how they do in the conference tournament, but realistically, the committee shouldn't leave them out because they have 30 wins.
Okay.
So we'll see about that.
Yes, sir.
Then I wish JJ was here because Miami Hurricanes are ranked.
They are ranked.
He's been whining all year about ranking Miami. It happened, JJ. They're 23-6. They're ranked. They're third in the ACC. I really hope they win the ACC
JJ
tournament.
was here. He'd say the Miami teams are 53-6.
Which in hindsight is crazy. I mean, that's insane.
It is crazy. But still, it still doesn't look good.
Yeah. And then St. Louis sitting there at 25th at 26-3. They're going to be a really fun team to watch in March.
I can't wait to watch St. Louis in March.
Yeah.
Watch them go against, I don't know. What do you think it'd be like a...
they'll probably be a 7 or
7
6,
seed.
5, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Fun to watch.
They'll be ranked higher than Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
So just really quickly, I just want to look at some of the bigger conferences and the standings of them, just so you know. Most likely, these are going to be the champions for the tournament. For the Big East, it's going to be either UConn or St. John's. That's pretty obvious. Big Ten, I'm really interested in because there's some heavy hitters. I could see it being any of these 6 or 7. Michigan State, Nebraska, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Purdue. I can see any of those teams winning. I think Michigan will, but you never know. So that'll be a great one to watch. And then Big 12 obviously is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Insane. And I mean, I'll give any of these teams a chance. Obviously, West Virginia probably not, but they've been getting good wins. BYU, UCF, Cincinnati, TCU, Kansas, Iowa State, Texas Tech, Utah, Arizona. I'm sorry, not Utah, Houston. Mm-hmm. That's 9 teams that have a shot. That's going to be awesome to watch. SEC, I could see it being one of these 5 teams. Florida, Alabama, Arizona. Arkansas, Tennessee, or Kentucky. I would probably see one of those teams. I would say outside chance to Texas A&M and Missouri and Vanderbilt, but probably not. Yeah. And then besides that, just some smaller conferences. Mountain West is going to be Utah State. I could see Gonzaga probably pulling that out. And then St. Louis. And American Conference. That'll be interesting. USF, Wichita State, Tulsa. Those are good teams.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Yeah.
Guys, I would just, once again, your weekly reminder, watch college basketball. Unfortunately, there's just so much basketball on right now, it's hard to know what to watch. Just watch the close games.
Works.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hopefully it wasn't too much.
Just watch
basketball.
the fourth quarter of the close games.
Exactly.
You buy out on the score.
Yeah.
You see a fourth quarter. You see a 10-point game. Throw it on the screen.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yeah.
I have to do that tonight. I'm going to do that tonight.
Yeah. Currently, Miami's playing SMU.
My wife's gone this weekend, so I'll have plenty of time to throw something on the screen. But unfortunately for you, what will also be on the screen this weekend is our number one thing.
Which is okay. It's all right.
It's okay. The World Baseball Classic. Guys, it's baseball season early this year, and I am so excited. This tournament kind of snuck up on me because we had so many sports going, watching the Olympics, getting locked into that. And right after the Olympics, right after you cheer your heart out for USA Hockey, we're about to have USA Baseball on Friday night. Guys, the World Baseball Classic is here. I've waited 4 years for this. The last time the World Baseball Classic happened, I went to the semifinal and the final in Miami, watched USA make it to the final and lose. But we are out for redemption this year. This is probably, it definitely is the best USA roster we have ever put together. The roster is finalized. Start with the roster a little real quick. Ben, you chime in whenever you want.
Definitely.
I just want to start with the starters that we're going to have. So we start Friday night against Brazil. We have Logan Webb is going to start that game. He'll be our starter in our first game. Friday night, 8 o'clock, we play Brazil. Should be pretty easy to win, but Logan Webb starting there. Our second game is Great Britain. That will be Tariq Skubal. We'll be pitching in that game. That's our second game. Only game he's pitching, unfortunately. I wish he could get more. I think his pitch limit is like 55, so he's going to throw max if max of 60 pitches because you finished a batter.
Yeah.
So that's a little sad to see one of the best pitchers in baseball, back Cy Young, only pitching one game. That's okay. I'm trying to get over it. I'm trying to be like, just don't play if you're going to be that way, but it's fine. And then our third game against Mexico. Mexico did beat us last tournament. We have Paul Skeens on the mound. I think the best pitcher in baseball is Paul Skeens, and he'll be going against our best pool play team. And then in our... sorry, I just had it here. I'm blanking on his name. McLean for the Mets. Young starter. We'll be pitching in our fourth game. So that's our starting rotation. Our bullpen guys, David Bednar, a pitcher from the Pirates. He's a very good pitcher. A little bit older, but very good. Matthew Boyd, Garrett Clevenger, Clay Holmes, Griffin Jacks, Brad Keller, Gabe Spire, Mason Miller, Michael Waka, Garrett Whitlock, and Ryan Yarborough. That is our pitchers. Pitching is the one thing that the U.S. has struggled to get to this tournament. For sure, starting pitching. And with Skubal at least going one game, it's fine. But with Paul Skeens, Logan Webb, and Nolan McLean, that's his first name, it is by far the best starting rotation we've ever had. And probably the best pitching staff we've ever had with guys like Mason Miller. Griffin Jacks is a very, very underrated pitcher for the Twins. I love Griffin Jacks. I love that. Ryan Yarborough as well, very underrated. Garrett Whitlock. Then bigger names like Michael Waka, David Bednar, Clay Holmes are definitely the best starting, the best pitching we've ever put out there. It is also by far probably the best lineup we've ever put out there. So we've had, 2 games in spring training so far. So we've had a game against the Giants yesterday. We played the Rockies today. We proceeded to beat the Giants in our first game 15-1. I think Skeens gave up around the first inning, but retired his last 7 or 8. He had 4 strikeouts in 3 innings. In that game, our lineup was, this is the USA starting lineup, which most likely going to be this exactly so a spring training game. Leading off was Bobby Witt Jr., probably the best shortstop in baseball. Second was Bryce Harper. Third was Aaron Judge. Fourth, Kyle Schwarber. Fifth, Alex Bregman. Sixth, Cal Raleigh. In the seventh hole, Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony is a very young second-year player out of Boston. One of the best prospects in all of baseball. If you don't know his name, you will learn his name next couple years. He is incredible. Hitting eighth was Byron Buxton, and in your ninth spot was Bryce Terang. And then guys off the bench in this game. These are guys coming off the bench, some of the best players in baseball. Gunnar Henderson off the bench. Paul Goldschmidt. Pete Crow Armstrong. Ernie Clements. That's probably your big names that came off the bench in that first game. Just an absolutely loaded team. Will Smith started behind the plate today instead of Cal Raleigh, so we have 2 incredible catchers. Seeing a guy like Gunnar Henderson coming off the bench is absolutely wild to see. And to know that either Roman Anthony or Pete Crow Armstrong is not going to be in our starting lineup is insane. They're some of the best young players in baseball. Kyle Schwarber's our DH. We have Mark DeRosa is our head coach going into this one. The USA is favored to win this World Baseball Classic, which is a little bit surprising to me. I thought Japan would be the top. Japan's actually third. So USA is favored to win it at -110. Dominican Republic is second at +360. And Japan is third at +180. After that, it really drops off. Venezuela is +900. Mexico, and it really drops off. Mexico is +2200. So it's basically like, in this one, it's those 3 teams to look out for. Like, most likely one of those 3 teams is going to win it. Ben, you got anything to say about the roster before we move on?
No, not much about the roster. I think this is kind of like what we did in the U.S. basketball tournament last year or a couple years ago in the Olympics, because we were kind of scared. Like, French they're pretty good, and so then all of a sudden we're like, you know what? We're gonna send literally the Avengers out there, and this is kind of what they're doing. We need to win. We need to avenge ourselves.
Yeah. I mentioned the first game beat the Giants 15-1. We were losing to the Rockies earlier today. I think it was like 3-2 or 4-3 early, and then we proceeded to put up 5 in the 7th and like 4 in the 8th. We won 14-4.
Yeah.
So 2 games we played, we won 15-1 and 14-4. Again, it's just major league teams, but it still matters. Actually, why that game was close is I think we used one of the Rockies pitchers, like young guys, and he gave up a bomb. So I'm just talking a little bit about Japan's roster. You probably won't. A lot of these names are hard to say. A lot of these names you don't even know. But a couple guys that you might know. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani is their ace, is their best player. We know Shohei Ohtani. He will be on that Japan squad. Another name that most people know is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. If you know, he was the MVP of the World Series. He will be playing for Japan. That's two of their big pitchers. I don't believe they have Roki Sasaki for this tournament, which is surprising, who was one of their best pitchers in the last tournament. But just a few names. Munetaka Murakami is their first baseman. If in the last tournament he had a big walk-off double driven Ohtani, he had an incredible tournament in 2023. Probably Japan's best player in that tournament. Basically won them the game against Mexico. And another one, Red Sox player Masataka Yoshida. He had the most RBIs in the last tournament. Again, these are guys that played in the Japan League for a while, and then eventually came over to the MLB to play. Another MLB player, Seiya Suzuki for the Cubs. And then there's a lot of other names that I don't know, I don't recognize, but the Japan League is very, very good. They're always, one thing with Japan, you're going to get incredible pitching out of Japan. Like, their pitching is incredible. They're known for their nasty splitters. They're known for their very unconventional pitching, so like a lot of players aren't used to it. It looks a little different. It's a lot slower windups and a little bit different pitching. Like I said, like the splitter isn't a huge thing in the U.S. and Japan. It's everywhere. So it's a pitch that you don't have to face all the time, but against a Japan team, it's devastating. And they're also very, very good defensively. They're always put out probably the best defensive team in the tournament. Japan is a very, very good team to watch out for. Ben, you know anything about the Japan team other than Ohtani?
Nothing that you already mentioned.
Yeah, fair enough. And then I also want to go over the Dominican roster. This is probably our biggest competition. The Dominican Republic is very, very good. I'm just running over their pitchers a little bit. Some of the bigger names. Sandy Alcantara is one of their starters, who I think is one of the best pitchers of baseball. He's struggled the last couple of years with some injuries, but yeah, is very, very good. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Gregory Soto, Luis Severino, Dennis Santana, Carlos Estevez, who has been a really good underrated pitcher for the Royals. Camilo Doval is a very well-known name. Christopher Sanchez, who's been really, really good for the Phillies the last year, maybe a little over, but their lineup is absolutely ridiculous. Their starting catcher most likely be Austin Wells. They have Junior Caminero, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado, Ahmed Rosario. Jeremy Pena is going to be a backup to Gerardo Perdomo. Ketel Marte, Carlos Santana, Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., Oneil Cruz probably come off the bench. Their manager is one of my favorite players, probably my favorite player of all time, Albert Pujols. Will be managing this team, which is really cool to see. You always love seeing that. I believe Yadier Molina coached the Puerto Rico team a couple years ago. I think he might be doing it again. Let me go to the Puerto Rico team in a second. But yeah, just to see Albert Pujols back on a baseball field is really, really fun. I love, seeing old guys that they used to play. Yes, Yadier Molina is also the manager for Puerto Rico this year again. Seeing old players that were very, very good is really, really fun. Talking a little bit about the Puerto Rico roster, they were in the championship two years ago that the U.S. beat, or 2 times ago the U.S. won. They're not nearly as strong this year. They're not favored very well to win it. They've had a lot of guys that are injured. Nolan Arenado is actually playing for Puerto Rico this year, which is different. He played for U.S. last couple of years. They do not have Francisco Lindor, due to some injury stuff that he's been dealing with. And there's not a whole lot of names on this Puerto Rico lineup you'll recognize, which is very weird because they're usually one of the best teams in the tournament. Again, their pitching will be solid, but I don't expect them to do that much in the tournament. Again, it's basically a 3-head monster at the top. With those teams. You got anything to say before I move on here about the schedule or anything?
Well, I noticed that the Rays lost to the Netherlands today, so that sucks.
The Netherlands do have a good team.
Who plays for the Netherlands? You don't know anyone. One person. No one's from the Netherlands. That's a lie.
They're actually they got third last time. They're actually pretty good.
Or just because my Rays suck.
It's also preseason.
First full play game is tonight.
Tonight,
Chinese Taipei versus
10 o'clock.
Australia. Is this over there, or where are the games played this year?
This one is, I think this one is in, is this one in Japan?
That would
so
make
there's always a few in Japan, and then like Mexico or somewhere around there, and then there's always like U.S. plays in Texas. There's always a couple of different ones, and then then they'll move to eventually all being in the U.S. Let's go. Yes, this one is in the Tokyo Dome in Japan.
Gotcha.
10 o'clock tonight, starting in the Tokyo Dome. I'm kind of tempted to stay up when we start watching it like it's the first game. You have to. And then we have games at 5 a.m. A game at 5 a.m. tomorrow. We got the Czech Republic.
I'll be up for that.
Czechia. Oh, you're up for that? You're going to get up and watch it?
Nah.
Probably not. Probably not. We have Czechia playing Korea, also in the Tokyo Dome. And then Australia plays Czechia. So technically for us, Australia plays Czechia twice in one day.
Yeah.
For them, it'll be 2 different days. That's tomorrow. And then on Fridays when it really gets underway, when pretty much everybody starts. Starting at 5 a.m., I would love to get up for this game. Probably want Japan plays Chinese Taipei. At 11 a.m., Cuba plays Panama. At 12 o'clock, the Netherlands plays Venezuela. That will be a really fun game. Venezuela always has a very, very good team. They have guys like Jose Altuve, Ronald Acuna Jr. I know they have a pretty good squad. Let me look up the roster real quick. But if you guys watched the last one, that was the game that Trey Turner hit that crazy grand slam where we trailed a lot of the game. Thought we were going to lose in the quarterfinal and go out. But thanks to Trey Turner, we pulled that one out, which was an absolutely insane game.
1 p.m. Mexico versus Great Britain.
Yeah, just talking about the Venezuelan roster a little bit. They have they have the Contreras brothers, William and I think they're both on there. Are they not? I don't see. Oh yeah, Wilson. William and Wilson Contreras both on the team. Salvador Perez, we backup catcher. Luis Ariz, who had an incredible tournament last time. Gleyber Torres, Eugenio Suarez, Michael Garcia, Andres Jimenez, and Ezequiel Tovar, all MLB players. Wilyer Abreu had an incredible year last year. Ronald Acuna Jr., Jackson Chourio, and Javier Sanajo. He's not an MLB player. Miguel Cabrera is their hitting coach, which is really fun. Again, another guy coming back. I love seeing older guys coming back and supporting their countries in this tournament. That's one thing you really getting. They're the one thing Venezuelans aren't as good. Their pitching is never as good. They do have really guys like Ranger Suarez, Angel Zerpa, who did have a good tournament last time. Antonio Senzatella, who's a little bit older, but that's one thing where they struggle, but their lineup is always very, very good. If you watch a fun offensive game, watch a Venezuelan game. Those are always really, really fun. And then, keep moving on. At 6 p.m. on Friday, Puerto Rico plays Colombia. Nicaragua plays the Dominican Republic at 7. At 10 o'clock, Chinese Taipei plays Czech Republic. But at 8 o'clock, the USA has our first game against Brazil. Guys, I'm so ready for the Baseball Classic. This is one of my favorite events of all time. Again, I love baseball, and I love America. I love the USA. I love any time the USA gets to play in some sort of tournament. And to be able to watch this, and to be able to, like, I every 4 years I love going to this. I'm going to try to go to at least the semifinal, the final again this year. I know Daryl will want to go with me. Probably Ben will want to go with me. I love going to these games. They are so much fun. So get locked into some baseball. Ben, you get locked in. You can start watching this tournament.
I will be following it. It'll be hard to watch because it's such late times. But yeah.
USA's game will all be...
USA plays 8, 8, 8, and then 9, so it's not terrible.
Yeah,
but,
it's not awful.
There's also college basketball. So.
Yeah, it's a tough time for you.
A lot of good
March
sports
Madness hasn't started yet.
Oh, buddy. March Madness starts on March 1st.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
March Madness.
Yeah, I am, again, like I said, so excited for this tournament. I can't wait to see what happens. There you go, USA. We want the Rosos come out, like people come out and say, like, we want revenge. Like, this feels like the Avenger team we put together to absolutely destroy everybody. I'm so excited for this tournament. I want to win so incredibly bad. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Anything else to say about Baseball Classic before we move on?
No. Hey, baseball is right around the corner as far as MLB season, so that's exciting. Not exciting for me because the Rays are going to be horrible again. But we'll be able to go to the Trop. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, we're going to the Trop this year again.
Go to the Trop.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
I'm
I have been there.
Go watch the spring training and Ed Smith. So.
Yep, I love to go watch one of those.
Yeah, baseball is a fun sport to watch.
Dude, I love baseball.
Fun sport.
You love basketball, I love baseball. It's a good combination. Good combination. Before we move on here, do you have any... Just see if we can find a hot take. I kind of forgot about it this time. I'm going to take that as you have one.
I have one.
Okay.
It might be a little too hot.
That's fine.
All
We'll get there. First, we do have our worst thing.
Yes.
Our worst thing of the week. I don't know if you saw this. I didn't bring it up. I was kind of like thinking of one, and I thought about it kind of during the pod. I kind of forgot about that too. But Jurickson Profar is facing a 162-game suspension in baseball for his second positive PED test. If you guys don't know who Jurickson Profar was, he was a very good player for the Padres for a while. Beginning of his career, doing very well. He took kind of a dip, and then 2 years ago, he played really, really well for the Braves. Like it was kind of came back, broke out again, played really, really well. And then after that season, he got tested for PEDs and tested positive, which gave him, I think, an 82-game suspension, which was, I think, the second half of last year. I don't quite remember exactly when it was. So, okay, I mean, I feel like he's still a good player, can maybe come back after that. And now just coming out, he's got it twice. Like, I don't understand how you keep doing it after getting caught. Like, I don't know how you do it, but after getting caught is crazy. So he will miss for sure next year. He's probably done for his career. I highly doubt he'll get back into it. I mean, if he does, teams will be like, well, what if he uses again? Because that's a very much thing. Sad to see for a player that was very well respected, it felt like, for a long time. Like Profar was from Curacao, played on the Netherlands team. I feel like a lot of people liked him, just liked who he was until this whole thing, and now to see it twice is just insane.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with it the first time it happened, obviously, but then I saw the notification that he was suspended for 160-some games. I'm like,
62, it's a full season.
Like, what did he do? And then I saw that it said he got tested positive for PEDs the second time. I'm like, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Guys, don't do drugs.
Guys, don't do drugs. It's not good.
Guys, we got Perk P and we got this guy now. Oh,
not good.
Not
good at all. Yeah, not a whole lot to say there about that one. Just, be aware of it. It's a sad thing because, again, he was a good player. He was a solid player for a while.
Yeah.
And, just see where it's gotten to.
Ruin your career with drugs.
Just because
you think you're Superman.
All right, Ben. Unfortunately, nowhere he go this week because it'd be kind of boring with just me.
Do you want to try?
Pretty lame.
No points. You just want to try it?
Sure. Do you have some names?
I do.
Well, do you want to save them for JJ? Or do you just want to go for me?
Yeah, we would just.
We'll save them. Yeah. We'll save them. Unfortunately.
Let me throw.
Find a random one. Find a random one for fun. Let's do one for fun. Find a random one. Go look online. I'll try to.
Okay, so I don't know if this one is easy or not because he's very well known, but I don't know if you know him that well. One of the best tight ends this year, Trey McBride.
Ooh, that's a really good one. I've seen this.
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
Obviously, he went to college a little bit ago. It's been a couple years.
I've seen this somewhere, but I forget where it was. Take it one hint since it's not official.
What kind of hint do you
Was
want?
it a Power 5 school?
Wait. No. Wait. No, it's not.
Shoot, I've seen this. I know this because I've asked this before. I think JJ's asked me this one before. Shoot. I should know this. This is making me upset. I should know this.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, duh. They used to be a Power 5.
Oh, so they're not in the Power 4. Oh, that helps a lot.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. So he was in the Pac-12. Shoot. That's what I thought. That's what I felt like.
Yep. That's why I was so confused.
No, I don't think.
Just throwing out there.
It's that one. Stanford. No, what is it?
Colorado State.
That's what it is. That's what I know that. I knew that.
That's a good one.
I knew I was gonna know when you say it. I've heard that one before and I forgot it.
Yeah. See, I was the same way. I was like, I don't know many of these, but I was like, Trey McBride. I feel like I know that. Yeah. And then I saw Colorado State. Like, duh. Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yep.
Good one. I like that one. That was a perfect one.
I'm
pretty sure JJ would have got that one because I'm pretty sure he's asked me that one before.
If JJ listens to this pod, he'll have to let us know if you got it, which he won't.
He won't. Sure, it's way to make. All right, Ben, hot take. We'll get out of here.
I'll do a hot take. I'll just preface by saying I do not agree with this, but I saw it, and now I'm going to play devil's advocate for it. Mm-hmm. This was absurd, but here it is. I saw this on ESPN. I forget which guy actually said it. He said, let me get my timer ready. Kyler Murray would do just as much or more and could possibly take him to a Super Bowl on the Ravens instead of Lamar Jackson. I thought this was absurd, and let me just play devil's advocate. I could see how that would be true. Lamar Jackson is injury prone. He's very good on his legs and his arm is okay, but he hasn't proven himself as a pure quarterback. Kyler Murray is undersized, sure, but he has a little bit of mobility, and I think he has just as good or better of an arm. Could we agree with that? I want to hear your thoughts on this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Who said this?
I don't remember his name.
Do you know who it is? Find that name because that is a horrible take. Kyler Murray is a poor man's Lamar Jackson. They're the exact same player. Kyler Murray's arm is worse. He's smaller. He might be faster, but I think he would get hurt more behind that line. I don't know what to say about this because I think it's terrible. The other thing, again, I can say is it's a poor man's Lamar Jackson. I think they're basically the same player. Murray is just way smaller.
But at the same time, what has Lamar Jackson done? He hasn't got to a conference championship.
Yeah, but I think it's more of the type of quarterback. Like, I don't think that type of quarterback is fit for the NFL. I think that's why Lamar Jackson's going to win Super Bowl. I think that's why Jaden Daniels is going to struggle with Super Bowl.
So maybe Kyler Murray is more fit for that type of plug-and-play quarterback situation.
No, because I think Kyler Murray's the exact same quarterback as Lamar Jackson. I just think he's smaller because I think he's going to rely on his mobility. He's going to rely on his athleticism. He's going to rely on moving out of the pocket to win football games. I think he's going to rely on running a lot, which Kyler Murray is too small to run, so maybe he doesn't quite as much. But I think that's what he would rely on to get over the hump. And I don't think those type of quarterbacks, if you rely on that, can win a big game. Because who's the last couple Super Bowls been? It's been Jalen Hurts, who is a running quarterback, but mainly a passer. It's been Josh Allen. Why did I say Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
It's been Sam Darnold. Pure pocket. It's been Patrick Mahomes, runs a little bit, but mainly a pocket passer. That is the type of quarterback I think that succeeds in the NFL, which is why when I drafted Jaden Daniels, I was scared. Yeah. Because, yes, he's a very good regular season quarterback. He will win you some games, but when it comes down to it, we need a guy that can stand in the pocket and deliver. You need guys.
So what you're saying is that Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Kyler Murray will never win a Super Bowl.
I'm not going to say never. I think it's going to be much harder for the guys like that to win it. I think the advantage goes to your bigger, stronger pocket quarterbacks. I don't think guys like that have an advantage in the NFL.
All right.
And that is the 2-minute warning. Kind of turned into my own hot take. With that, it kind of works. Get a good conversation started there, Ben.
Who do you think the reporter was that said that? NFL Insider.
Insider? Or was it...
it's ESPN's NFL reporter.
Let's see.
Who's
Ian Rappaport?
No, that's a good guess.
A little dumb. Schefter?
No. It was Ryan Clark.
Okay, that makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Little goofball.
Yeah, that turned more into the type of... That should be my hot take. That type of quarterback can't win the Super Bowl.
That's a great take, though, and I agree with it. That's why Jaden McDaniels is not the answer.
McDaniels? Why do you always call him McDaniels?
I don't know, because Jaden McDaniels plays the NBA, and I like basketball.
Fair enough. All right, guys, first 2-man pod. Let us know how we did. Send in your questions. Send in whatever you want. Guys,
2-minute,
we're wide open to this podcast. Just let us know what you want. Let us know what you need.
Add some input this time, Charlotte.
Should have actually camera up, guys. We're trying to work on camera. Should be up on YouTube the next day or so.
It's literally just JJ's fault. He's the only one.
JJ always ruins it. So if it's like perfect, let us know and we'll accidentally miss telling JJ. No, guys, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace out.